Hello, everyone, and welcome to the BMI Baby Elite Ice Hockey League here on Sky Sports. It's the British Knockout Cup Final, second leg between the Coventry Blaze and the Basingstoke Bison. Hello, folks. Well, the third cup of the season will be lifted here tonight, and it's the Basingstoke Bison who carry a 2-goal advantage heading into the game. But the Coventry Blaze have a team packed full of vets, and they know how to step up to the plate. Alongside of me, a guy who can step up to the plate too, in some way or another, Dave Sims. Dave, how you doing, buddy?
Step up to the salad bar, or at least up to the meal
counter. Baseball in a beer
exactly.
league, eh?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Dave, we're in for a barn burner. The first leg, the Basingstoke Bison, we were all left there going, "What a great team! What a great performance!"
We're surprised, aren't we? Because we honestly felt that we would be coming here for the second leg, and it'd be a bit of a nothing second leg, because we thought that the Coventry Blaze would win in Basingstoke. But because of the commitment, the heart, and the bloody-mindedness of the Basingstoke Bison, they turned a great performance last week.
Yep.
They come here with a 2-goal advantage, and if they can weather the storm for the first 10 minutes,
Yep.
Nick, we're in for a great final.
Everyone knows the Basingstoke Bison have been shorthanded this year, and perhaps, or this season, perhaps that's why they've gelled so well and played so well as a short unit.
Well, you know what they haven't got? They haven't got quantity, but what they have got is quality. Cruikshank, Chambers, Stewart, Campbell. You know, there's a lot of quality in that team. Greg Owen.
Yeah.
So a lot of teams, when they go down to short numbers, there's a few plumbers in there. Not too many plumbers in this Basingstoke Bison team. They're all good players, and certainly offensively, all gifted and can all take their chances.
Neil Martin back in the lineup for Coventry.
You know what? I think he's been rushed back into the lineup as well. I think ideally Tomo wouldn't use Neil Martin if he didn't have him, but he's got to he knows Martin's his key.
Yeah.
And Martin will play a lot tonight.
All right, well, as usual, you caught up with both head coaches, Paul Thompson and Ryan Aldridge.
Paul, another game against the Basingstoke Bison. They beat you here on Sunday. How are you going to turn it around tonight?
We have to, Dave. You know, with 2 goals, we've got a 2-goal deficit against these guys, and they beat us. They deserve to beat us. I mean, we had a lot of shots, but a lot from the outside. We didn't really penetrate. Cruikshank's been excellent, and you know, they've learned to play with a small bench, and we haven't learned to play against a team with a small bench. And we've changed 4 or 5 things up today from what we normally do, and hopefully, you know, we can go and win the first period and put some pressure back on Basingstoke.
So what are those things? What do you do against a team that plays with such few bodies?
Well, you know, we have to limit their chances. They're very gifted offensively. They get into the offensive zone, they make nice passes, and they take their, you know, they don't have many chances, but their percentage, I broke down their percentage of scoring percentage is double ours in the last 5 games, and with, you know, half the shots. So that says it all, that they're a lot more clinical around the net, and we're huffing and puffing a lot, and we're having 70% of the puck possession, but we're not making it tell. And tonight we've got to change things around. We've got to be a little bit more direct, and we've got to play like the team I know we are.
Ryan, a huge night, a big final. What was the atmosphere on the bus like coming down here?
It's actually good. We obviously got stuck in traffic on the way up here, but the boys are pumped. Good atmosphere on the bus and in the locker room right now. So we know what we can do, and hopefully we'll get some silverware.
A fabulous first leg. We were there. You then come here and beat Coventry at the weekend. You might as well just go on and win it now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we know we can beat them now. We've done it at home. We've done it in their barns. So hopefully we know what we can do. We're just going to, you know, throw it all into the mix and see what we come out with.
You're a smart man. You know Coulson, Calder, Cloutier, they're going to come at you so hard in the first 10 minutes. What's the key for you?
Yeah, exactly. We know they're coming out. Every single one of them is going to come out hard. We've got to match their intensity and play good defence, and we know how to beat them, we think.
250 Bison fans coming down. It's going to be a great night for you.
Yeah, hopefully we get to lift some silverware first time in 8 years for the fans there.
Okay, well, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
And the ones to watch will be Dan Carlson, who, without him playing well, you got to look at other guys around him that are not as effective when this guy's not in this game.
And exactly, and Paul Thompson did tell us that if it wasn't for Dan Carlson, this 2-goal deficit Coventry have would have been a lot larger in Basingstoke. I think underestimated. Everybody talks about
unsung hero.
Very much, because everybody talks about Adam Calder.
Yep.
But you know what? I think if you speak to Tomo, or if you speak to Cloutier or Martin, they'll tell you that Dan Carlson is a little bit of a heartbeat to this team. He makes them tick. Very key on the power play, kills penalties, does a bit of everything.
Yep.
Is why he's my all-star starting centre, you know.
Well, of course, and then now for the Basingstoke Bison, we talked about Curtis Cruikshank in the last game, but now in this one, you want to key on Brad Cruikshank.
I like this Brad Cruikshank. I think he's the future of the tough guys who can play. He does a little bit of everything, and I just think Brad Cruikshank's a guy that can change the momentum of the game, Nick. He'll go into a corner first, he can lay a big hit, he can scrap it out out, he'll go to the net, he'll get in front of Koenig, he'll get under Koenig's skin.
Yep.
He's just signed a new 2-year contract with the Bison
That's
as
gonna
well.
be big for them, yeah.
You know what? He's a core player for
Yep.
them. He's already done 2 years. I think Ryan Aldridge knows that people like Brad Cruikshank are the core of his team for the future as well.
Well, you know, earlier on I was talking to Greg Owen, before,
Yeah.
and he was saying, Nick, he goes, yeah, everyone knows we played shorthanded all season. We're a bit sick of people talking about it. And there's times where we had lulls. But now it's coming to the end of the season, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. He goes, why don't we just leave it all on the ice?
Exactly.
So the Basingstoke Bison have a great opportunity to lift silverware here.
You know what, in 2 weeks' time, it's time for the beach, isn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, go home and then you can rest and relax. This is the biggest game. The Basingstoke haven't made a big game for over 8 years. We'll have to start getting them shooting pucks at us.
That was shot at you, by the way.
I thought we were nice to them last week and they're still shooting at us. But, you know, this is the biggest game Basingstoke have had in 8 years. They have a chance to lift the trophy. And after all the problems they've had at the start of the year, the momentum their whole club can get, sponsors, fans, management, it just lifts the whole team. You know what, this is going to be a big night for the Basingstoke Bison.
A quick one about Coventry Blaze. They are packed full of vets. They know how to play in the big game.
They know how to play in the big games, and they've got the guys who can score the big goals. Adam Calder, for an example, and that's why, Nick, I actually think they'll overturn Basingstoke tonight.
So that's going to be your prediction?
My prediction again, I'm sorry, I've gone out on a few, but I think Coventry will overturn them.
All right, folks, well, coming up after the break, the first period of the British Knockout Cup final, second leg between Coventry and Basingstoke. Don't go anywhere. It's the British Knockout Cup final, second leg between the Coventry Blaze and the Basingstoke Bison. And Dave, we were talking about the atmosphere. It's starting to pick up in here.
It is, and those fans of the Basingstoke Bison are making the atmosphere, aren't they? They really are here to celebrate a cup final. It's their biggest game in 8 years. That man, Paul Thompson's been through it before. It's a tough game. I reckon the first goal is going to be the one.
Let's go through the lineup of the Coventry Blaze that we know so well.
Oh, so well, but Neil Martin back in the lineup, and defensively that's so important. I just wonder though, is he fully fit, Nick? If he is, then certainly he's one of the key players in this game tonight.
And these forwards?
Well, where do you want me to start? You know what, Danny Stewart, there's 2 Danny Stewarts tonight, but the Danny Stewart of the Coventry Blaze said, since you keep the cameras on me, it's been 20 games without a goal, I'm getting a big one tonight.
And the starting lineup for the Coventry Blaze will be Calder, Carlson, and Timmins up front, with Weaver and Soderstrom on the points, with Trevor Koenig guarding the 2-4.
Now we have a look at the Basingstoke Bison team, and you know what, there's not very many of them, but Curtis Cruikshank has to be the most important player. You know, he has to play well for the Bison tonight. The defence, Petro, the guy whose name we can't pronounce, Pirokinen. The whole defensive unit's got to be strong, certainly in the first 10 minutes, Nick, because we know Colton and Calder are going to come.
The Basingstoke Bison will be coming up with a starting lineup with Chambers and Owen and Brad Cruikshank, their captain up front, our one to watch, with Petronikinen and Petto, and then the other Cruikshank guarding the pipes.
So here we go. There is the most important man on the ice, I reckon, Curtis Cruikshank. If Curtis Cruikshank plays well tonight, the Basingstoke Bison, you know, have a big chance. Trevor Koenig has been phenomenal all year. He's the league's leading goaltender. Here's an important man as well, Nick, and I'll say to him what we say before every game. You know, Michael Hicks, let the players decide the game tonight. Let the players decide. And here we go. The cup final. Gets no bigger than this, folks. And there's Petto, and he'll go east to west, comes down the middle to Cruikshank, and Brad Cruikshank fires into the pads of Trevor Koenig. An interesting thing with Cruikshank just signed a new 2-year ticket with the Basingstoke Bison. Casey Timmins, who we've seen on defence for a while. Soderstrom will chip into the opposite corner. Adam Calder will go and get it. Big slash comes in from Petto. Calder on a bit of a hook. Timmins comes and finishes. Timmins out there perhaps to add a little bit of physical presence on the Calder-Coulson line. Calder with a... Calder just breaks away with the puck there. Weaver steps in. Paul Thompson will be so happy to have Weaver and Martin on the blue line for him. Here is Cruikshank, got Chambers to his left, takes the puck, round, shoots and scores! Greg Chambers! Trevor Koenig gave up a rebound. It was just a weak shot from nothing from Brad Cruikshank down the right-hand side, and Chambers just comes in from the left-hand side and has pretty much half the net to shoot at. Well, that was a gift for the Bison.
Again, Dave, these Coventry Blaze, like in their first leg, they came out a little bit flat. The shot coming in from Chambers. We talk all year about how Trevor Koenig handles his rebounds. They normally go into the corner. That one just sits beautifully for Chambers, and he's got the empty net to shoot at. And punishing the Coventry Blaze, you can see the shot. Koenig not happy handling that rebound, and then, like I say, Chambers right on it. The one-timer up high, but the Coventry Blaze looking really slow in that first shift. Guys not working hard and getting back to the neutral zone.
The Basingstoke Bison came into Coventry only less than a week ago. They had 53 shots put on them, Nick. But on their scoring chances, they outshot the Coventry Blaze 4-1. Paul Thompson must have been concerned and must have been talking to his team about keeping chances to the outside. That's really what they did there, and just a gift of a goal to start off with.
You know, the shot came from outside, the initial shot. Yes, it did come from the outside from Stewart, but then, you know, no one coming back and picking up Chambers, who's a big, powerful hockey player, coming through the high slot area. And then, I know Trevor Koenig will want that rebound back, but he's also got to say, guys, you know, you got to get on them. And we were looking at, you know, Casey Timmons, a hard-working guy, and he was at the red line. Oh, no, dear.
Penalty coming in against Sylvain Cloutier.
But you know what?
Vickerdale's gone down.
Vickerdale, you know, for me, an unsung hero, well, not even an unsung hero, big physical hero in the first leg. He took one that were right in the face. And right on the side of the head, it stung him. Look at this shot. It's a cross-ice dump and takes Vickerdale. He just glances it and takes it on the right side of his head. But the main thing now, the Coventry Blaze have got a guy in the box for interference. It was an interference call. I didn't quite see that because I was keeping an eye. I was talking, and then I just saw Vickerdale get hit.
So power play time.
But you know what, right in the first leg, how many interference calls did we see?
Yeah, that's right.
Tons of them, and it looks like the refs are going to carry on the same way, and they're going to want letting guys go through the neutral zone, no interference, you know, to keep the game going, and that does favor Basingstoke, because if you are Coventry, you want to interfere with them and make them tired.
So Petto gets the puck forward as far as Greg Owen. Brad Cruikshank will try and force his way to the net, pucks them back to Petto. Parakanuni's on the left-hand point. Owen and Cruikshank get the cycle going. Power play so important, especially against this Coventry team, because you don't score even-handed too often against them. Here's Chambers. Chambers gets the puck to the net. Owen out in front with a backhand, and Koenig makes the first stop and the second stop. Coventry clear all the way down to Curtis Cruikshank. No relative of, no relation to Brad Cruikshank. Coventry forecheck hard, and here's Chambers to Derek Campbell, first shift of the night. Campbell and Stewart, the two new guys for Basingstoke, two guys who've impressed me so much this year. Chambers holds on to the puck. Stewart has sank low. Puck's going to come back to Braff. Braff gets it to Chambers, and a little bit of a redirect there by Campbell. Back to Chambers again. Chambers is looking for the man on the back door, and it was Stewart, and Koenig got his hand to it, and the Basingstoke Bison played that power play very well. Long shot comes in. Cruikshank just pushes it away. Great shot there by Stewart. Here is Stewart again. 79 Stewart. Cuts inside. Tries to move around Weaver. He does. Here's a second bite of the cherry. It was Vickerdale who came in from nowhere. 22 seconds left on the power play. Greg Owen, the GB international. Backhand to Vickerdale, who used to play for the Blaze. Takes the shot. Koenig saw it and takes it in his glove.
Yeah, Dave, Basingstoke looking really, really good on that power play, moving the puck around well. Paul Thompson being very, very animated on his bench, saying, guys, we got to look at the wide guys. You can't forget about the near side. And, of course, they found the open man and got the shot away. But the good thing here we can have a look at the far side. Paul Thompson was screaming out from the bench to keep an eye on that guy.
Calder in the corner. Young Wood goes over to him and pins him as much as he can. Support for Calder. Comes back to Martin. Throws one at the net. Carlson tried to redirect, but didn't get good Wood on it. Here's Owen. Fakes a move. Wood's driven to the net. Watkins has taken Wood as Owen into the board. Cruikshank comes in. Carlson finishes. Cruikshank is big and strong, though, and holds off the check. Greg Wood turns Martin. You don't say that very often, do you? Anybody turns Neil Martin. But Greg Wood there did then. Here's Adam Calder. A night for leaders, and Calder has been a big leader. Penalty going to be coming in against the Basingstoke Bison. I have to say, on the first viewing of that, I didn't see too much wrong, but Pirotakainen on, you can see, let's have a look at Calder coming in, cross the blue line, gains it with some head, and then he fakes the shot, gets the stick maybe tied up there, but do you know what? That is, for me, that's just good defensive play. He angles him to the outside, takes the body into the shoulder. His stick does trail in the middle, but he didn't hook him. No, I think I feel sorry for our big Finnish friend.
What's his name?
I have no idea. Weaver is waiting. Weaver has it. Weaver lines one up. Got a deflection off the shin of Campbell. Curtis Huppy. First time we've seen the Coventry Blaze power play. This much talked about five-man unit. Calder got it out in front, and Cloutier just couldn't convert. Huppy gets to the loose puck first. Cloutier's got into a corner. Vickerdale tries to pin. Huppy comes in for moral support. 30 seconds down. Nice pass out to Weaver, to Carlson. Back to Weaver. Weaver's going to fake the shot. Comes into Carlson. He's looking for Cloutier in front. Takes a shot, Carlson. Cruikshank made the save. Rebound picked up by Cloutier. One-time pass from Weaver. Weaver's going to get it back. Is he from Huppy? No, he goes to Carlson. Carlson's got Calder, but Carlson mishandles the puck. Does get it back to Calder. Cloutier out in front, and Cloutier shoots and scores. Have you seen a team move the puck better than that on a power play? Tic-tac-toe, and it's Captain Simon Cloutier that ties it up one apiece.
You know what, Dave? The last couple of games we've seen Sylvain Cloutier, and I've talked to him a little for 5 minutes before each game, having a coffee, and he said, Nick, he goes, you didn't say some very nice things about me. I said, well, Sylvain, said, you weren't sparking it like you normally do, and he said, I will tonight. I'm going to score a goal. And there you go, folks. That's a true leader of a hockey team, a guy who comes out, does a Mark Messier on you and says, I'm going to do something. He goes out and do it. He's left alone in the slot, and it all comes around from the way Jonathan Weaver moves the puck so quickly from the top, and then they can move it down quicker, and then the guys are all caught out of position, and that's why power plays are so successful. It's how the Coventry Blaze move the puck on the one-timers.
1-1. Which in English is now 5-3 in this cup final. Back to where we started. A 2-goal advantage. Cloutier, the goal scorer. I'll tell you what, that Dan Carlson, though, he moves the puck so well, and he got things going on the power play.
But you know what? I think because of Weaver playing at the top, they move it into an umbrella formation. And he's number one, got a great shot. But if you can watch him in slow motion, how he handles the puck one times off his stick, I don't think there's anyone in the league who is as smooth on the puck as Jonathan Weaver.
Here's Cruikshank down the right-hand side, fires it in. Koenig makes a save, controls his rebound. And Chambers is calling for a penalty for delaying the game. But I don't think Michael Hicks is going to give that. He's going to say it was a deflection. Chambers has a word with the linesman. Now the linesman has a word with the referee. So if it is judged that the Coventry player fired the puck over the plexiglass, it's a delay in the game penalty. If it was deflected, then it's just a face-off in the Basingstoke offensive zone. Tom Darnell and Marco Conan are the two linesmen, and it is a penalty. It's going to be a delay in the game against Tommy Watkins. And the man on screen, Chambers, I think called that as much as a referee or a linesman. Still power play time for the next 35 seconds. David Vickerdale. Coventry force so much on their penalty kill. You see Soderstrom here. Whoever gets the puck, you see Danny Stewart fires out to him on the point. Soderstrom will try and rim round. Gets it all the way round. And now it's a foot race. And Danny Stewart and Braff. Stewart was always going to win that one. Can he get puck possession? He can, short-handed. And gets it back to KC Timmins. Timmins is going to move the puck forward to Barry Moore. And Moore will just knock the puck down towards Curtis Cruikshank. 5 seconds left on the penalty against Tommy Watkins. So last chance on the power play. Braff takes a long shot. Soderstrom collects. So 8 minutes into this first period. Basingstoke with the early advantage. Coventry have come right back in it. And the 2-goal aggregate still exists. Coulson on a one-timer and absolutely rips it past Curtis Cruikshank. We've got a final on now. The Blaze lead by 2-1.
I'll tell you what, Weaver was coming across on the far wall, and I was looking at Carlson coming through the middle. He was literally scratching his back with his stick. He had the wind-up going for about 5 seconds. Weaver knew it was going to go to him. You know, we could see it up here. Carlson had the one-timer cocked and ready to go, and he goes down low. Look at it, he had it up high and ready to go. Goes down low on Cruikshank. Great shot, great pass, great awareness by Weaver. And, you know, those are the unstoppable.
Here's your super slow-mo. And you know what? Even on the super slow-mo, you lose it. That's a goal in any league. What a finish by Dan Carlson. Still Carlson. Tries to feed Weaver. Ended up going to Soderstrom. Just the 1 goal advantage now in favour of the Basingstoke Bison. And Nick, in the interviews we did at the very start of the night, Paul Thompson was saying he just wanted to win the first period, and that would put pressure on Basingstoke.
Yeah, of course it does, Dave. You know, Basingstoke have obviously come in here. You know, they won by 3 goals the other night. They've got a 2-goal advantage. They had a 2-goal advantage coming in here. And for Paul Thompson, he's a smart guy. He knows they're not going to do it right away. It's just doing it 1 step at a time, 1 period at a time, 1 shift at a time, and he'll get. Well, we'll see if he'll get there.
I don't know if it felt like a cup final when we first walked into this rink today, but I tell you what, it feels like a cup final now. Hoppy bangs one off the post, rebound comes out. Greg Wood just chips off the boards. Important that Basingstoke don't lose their composure, and with such a short squad, don't go chasing pucks. Here's Martin, red line, blue line, sets up, Cloutier one way. Martin just tries to find Cowley, who was coming in from the far side. Cowley angles, Martin goes to the bench. Short shifts for Neil Martin tonight, making his comeback after a week off with injury. Long outlet pass, icing waved off as Jonathan Weaver collects. Almost at the halfway stage of this first period, 2-1, the Blaze lead. Here's Soderstrom, rips one. Cruikshank never saw it, just put his glove out, didn't see it. Chambers, who most probably will be going away with the Great Britain team at the end of the season to the World Championships in Austria for the first time, making his debut. Here is Chambers. And Koenig's gone down, and Koenig's injured.
Hurt.
Koenig's hurt quite badly. I haven't seen what's happened to Koenig, but Koenig is hurt. In fact, I've never seen a goalie roll around quite like that. I don't know what Koenig has done.
He's hurt.
But whatever he's done, it's serious.
Yeah.
Nick, did you see that? Because
Dave, I saw him come out and then move back quickly, and then, you know, I know my eyes came away from the play, and but to move like that, I mean, he's.
Well, everybody concerned because nobody knows exactly what the problem is.
You know what, the physio is just trying to make him relax, and I don't know if he's, look at that, see, he came out to play the puck, and then he's made that movement back. Do you know what, I think it might be his right knee. I think the way he came back and went down, he comes out of his net, and then he moves back. There he catches his leg. Now look at him go over there on his right leg. And then he's, you know, the why he's smacking his glove on the ice, you know, is that he may have
Just
felt it tweak.
Yeah.
And then it might just be, you know, being upset and panicked and so forth. But now it seems like it's relaxed a little bit.
And he's back on his feet.
Yeah.
Well, that physiotherapist will win Physio of the Year, eh? I thought he'd been shot when he went down.
Well,
and
do you
now
know what she did? She made him relax.
Just calm down a little bit.
She made him relax, and that could be it because, you know, you know, your inside knee ligaments, you know, especially for goalkeepers, they've got to be so nimble and their groins and so forth, and they've got to be flexible, and it could just be the thought of, oh my God, I've blown my knee.
Yeah. Hoppy finishes on a hit with Owen. Here's Petto. Blue line, still Petto takes the shot off the plexiglass, gets to it first, backhand to Owen, but it couldn't be controlled. Hoppy can't control it either, he bounces off his skates. This time it's Owen's turn to hit, and then Cloutier comes in and finishes.
That's what Coventry have got to do.
Take the body, Ross Cowley from the outside. Braff just flicks around the boards. Chambers didn't sink low, and here's Cloutier. Cloutier directs one at goal. Cowley's got a little bit of it. Petto's got to be there first. In comes Cloutier again. We're seeing American League finishing hits Cloutier at the moment.
Well, now that he's given us the goal, he doesn't care, so he's just going to go out there and hit everything he can.
Here's Cowley, backhand to Hoppy. Hoppy gets moved off the puck by big Eric Braff. Can Greg Owen get to the corner first? Owen looks, Cowley's coming hard at him, and the two GB colleagues clash, but Owen, so smart and calm on the puck, gets his backhand, gets the opportunity of a line change. Here comes Soderstrom. We haven't seen an awful lot of James Pease, have we, in this first period? Penalty coming in, and it's a penalty against the Basingstoke Bison. And I think Timmins has done a pretty good job there of calling that one. It's Eric Braff that's going to make his way.
Braff and a hooking call, and we saw an earlier hooking call against defensemen. I see it really weird when you're calling hooking, when you're angling guys and taking. I mean, it wasn't a pure hook. We did have, interference or something, but he actually, when you're angling guys and a hook and so forth, I didn't really see that one either there. But definitely, you could say maybe an interference call.
Looks happy, doesn't he? He looks an happy man. He had the boys in early this morning, Paul Thompson. Wasn't happy having been beaten by the Basingstoke Bison at the weekend, and called his Coventry Blaze team in first thing. Went through notes, went through a bit of video. Here's Adam Calder, fires one off the boards and just goes over the plexiglass. An interesting I spoke with Paul Thompson the day before this game and asked him if he wanted to come out for something to eat or anything. No, doing video. This was 8:30 in the morning, started the video. I spoke to him 10:30 at night, just finished clipping, pasting. He's a 24/7 coach.
David, all head coaches at this level, I mean, you got to put the hours in. And a lot of it is going over film day in, day out, looking at strategies. And, and he'll be the first one to say that Basingstoke are one of the best teams at making you do stuff that you don't want to do, playing into their game of being short benched. And he's had to come up with a solution for that in this game, and we'll see if it pans out.
Turnover by David Vickerdale there, and it's given Coventry puck possession on the power play. Curtis Uppy. Carson Calder was at the back door, tried to tie this series, and now a short-handed chance maybe. It's Ryan Aldridge. Uppy skates across, but there's not a lot of options for Aldridge. And instead of protecting the puck, he kind of just gave it away, came back to the bench.
Yeah, he's getting older too, he needed a rest.
Here's Adam Calder, gets it out to Ross Cowley on his off wing, puts the brakes on, looking for some options. Coulson gives Cowley the puck back, gets it back to Adam Calder. Calder's got traffic in front of him, comes to Weaver. Weaver with a hammer, and he got a deflection off the Bison player going down. That was Greg Owen. Curtis Uppy again, top of the circle. Wrist shot got a deflection by Cowley, and Cruikshank had covered most of the net. Still with Ross Cowley. Dan Carlson, the go-ahead goal scorer. Adam Calder to Jonathan Weaver. Calder wants it back. Calder gets it back. Waits, patience. Coulson has sank low. Here is Coulson. Comes back to Calder. It's Weaver. Where's Weaver come from? Weaver just circled around there, and smart play.
Dave, that's what I say. You watching the game of hockey, you try not to watch the puck. Look where the players are going and the angles that they're taking, the lanes they're filling.
Barry Moore has got Martin joining the play. Martin has to put the brakes on, comes back to Calder. Calder rips it. Cruikshank makes the save. Little bit of afters with Danny Stewart coming in. Whistle had already blown before that loose puck came free.
I say it's all about movement and filling lanes and circling and cycling. And what Coventry's so good at doing is making those passes when at the highest optimum point, rather than waiting a little bit too long or making it too fast, making a pass too quick or waiting a little bit too longer. You've got that balance right in the middle, and the Coventry Blaze are probably the best on the power play unit and making the pass at the right time.
You saw the big eyes of Curtis Cruikshank, and Crooker has to come to the party tonight as Martin hammers. He didn't see that. It's a big goal. He stands in the way, gets in front of such a lot of stuff. And again, the puck goes over the plexiglass, gets deflected just as Basingstoke come back to full strength. So the remaining just under 3 minutes of this first period will be played 5-on-5, we hope.
You talk about Cruikshank facing over 50 shots in that last game on Sunday in the league. He's a goalie that likes to face a lot of the rubber, and he gets more and more confident as the game goes on. A little bit of a lull in the last kind of 5 minutes.
Neil Martin steps inside, puts the brakes on. He's looking for some options, but he's 100 mile an hour. He's all go. Big hit comes in this time off Vickerdale on Barry Moore. Cloutier has it, leaves it for Moore. Moore takes a shot, rebounds off Vickerdale. Watkins helps it on its way, took a nasty bounce on the board. That Greg Owen always seems to have time, doesn't he? Always seems to have a little bit of time. Made a bit of a pig's ear of the pass, but when he was under pressure in the defensive zone there, didn't panic, just banged one off the boards to himself. Timmins finishes with a hit on Cruikshank. Timmins again goes down the left-hand side. Carlson's waiting and he's free at the back post. Nobody could find him. And now if Basingstoke play this right, they've got a man on the far side, Cruikshank, but Chambers just couldn't collect the pass. And
we've got
icing called.
No.
Yeah, is it icing? Yeah, icing was called. And Marco Conan, the linesman, coming across. You're not allowed to change your players, of course, on an icing. You know what, he can rest guys this coming weekend. I mean, the games this coming weekend for the Coventry Blaze don't mean an awful lot. And if you can rest some players the week before the playoffs, then so be it. Basingstoke, who took that 1-goal advantage with Chambers before Cloutier and Carlson gave the Coventry Blaze this 2-1 lead. It's still the Bison that lead, though, by that single goal in aggregate. Dan Carlson gets taken heavily into the balls as Aldridge comes across with a backhand, finds Derek Campbell. Basingstoke will break. They can break 3-on-2 here if they play well. Stewart, Petto and Aldridge, and it's joined by Campbell, Derek Campbell, but an intercept, and it was a good job that Ryan Aldridge just stayed back there. But Derek Campbell came in with speed. And certainly Stewart and Campbell certainly add some speed and intensity to this Basingstoke lineup. Final minute then of this first period. Neil Martin. Aldridge works both ends of the rink. Will chip out. There's a long outlet pass here, got to be coming to Chambers. It does. Chambers puts the brakes on. He looked at some options. There's traffic in front of Koenig, and it goes in front of Koenig. Cloutier gets there first, and Coventry will have an out. And there's going to be a penalty on the seat. And it's a penalty against the Coventry Blaze.
Cross-checking call coming up here against Curtis Huppy in the defensive zone. But coming back into the neutral zone, I didn't, you know, those are the penalties, you know, it's okay taking him down low, but when the puck's actually broken out of your zone.
So here we go. Last 20 seconds of this period. Petto's just in front. Another penalty coming on.
One, yeah.
And it's going to be a 5-on-3. I just give the puck away now.
Give it up, because Cruikshank, they've done that, yeah.
And they do give it up, and it's a 5-on-3. It is a slash against the Coventry Blaze. It's Barry Moore. So for the last 11 seconds of this first period, a 5-on-3 power play for the Basingstoke Bison. So here we go, an interesting last 10 seconds of this period. And 2 seconds has bounced off the clock, even though...
You want to. The two guys on the far wall were encroaching in on the circle there, and that's why the whistle went. But yeah, 2 seconds have gone off the clock, and I think that's what Chambers is asking about.
So Basingstoke will have a plan, have a ploy. But with that face-off win for Coventry and Martin clearing all the way down the ice, it means the period will end with the Coventry Blaze leading by 2-1. But a 1-minute 55-on-3 power play will await the Basingstoke Bison in the second period. Well, it ebbed and flowed this one. Chambers for 1-0 for the Bison. It gave them a 3-goal advantage in this knockout cup final. But a captain's first period by Sylvain Cloutier and then a snapper from Dan Carlson means it's the Blaze that lead by 2-1. There's more goals and a trophy to be lifted. Don't you dare go anywhere. Welcome back to the British Knockout Cup final, second leg between the Basingstoke Bison and the home team, the Coventry Blaze. Bison came in with an advantage. Hey, they say ice hockey's a family sport. Hey, that's your family, Nick.
That is my sister Meg and 2 of her 3 sons. Little Daniel on her knee, but next to is Luke in the red, and it's Luke's 7th birthday, and he's a big Jonathan Weaver fan. Oh. And I love him. Happy birthday, Luke.
He's got to learn to drink, though, not eat the bottle.
Yeah,
that's it.
Ew, it's gross.
Come on, Mum, open it up for me. Open it up for me.
Cruikshank facing 10 shots in that first frame, and like I say, he's a goalie who likes to face shots. Trevor Koenig facing 15, and Dave, you got some news on Trevor.
Yeah, I went down to the Coventry Blaze dressing room between first and second period, where the doctor and the physio were working on Koenig. Trevor has had that knee operated on 3 times. He felt it go, and he really, perhaps the word panic isn't overworked, but he was very worried that perhaps he'd blown his knee again.
Yeah.
But the doctor, the doctor put the knee through a hell of a test. He's pulling it left and right, up and down, and the doctor and the physio convincing Trevor Koenig that everything was solid, everything was strong. Those were the 2 words the doctor and the physio were using, solid and strong, and Trevor seemed quite happy about that. So here we go then, second period, folks. The Basingstoke Bison, well, they trail by a goal tonight, but they still lead this Knockout Cup final by a goal. Remember, they won the first leg 4-2. So it's 5-4 on aggregate, but it's a 5-on-3 power play. Here is a big momentum swinging moment for the Basingstoke Bison. They're going to throw the puck of the net. Cruikshank's waiting for it. Chambers has got it. Weaver came in. Here is Chambers. Perhaps not as fluid as Prockenham, just fakes a shot, goes into Owen, takes a shot, got deflected by Cruikshank over the glove of Trevor Koenig. 1 minute still on the 5-on-3. Petto doesn't make the best of passes to Owen. Owen again mishandles but gets it back to Chambers. 48 seconds on the 5-on-3 now. Chambers. Owen. It's not quite as fluid. The movement's not there from Basingstoke on the 5-on-3, and it gives Neil Martin a chance to hurry and push, and he has done. And between him and Coulson, that was a one-man wrecking machine, Neil Martin.
That's experience by Neil Martin, because Basingstoke, when you make those bad passes on a 5-on-3, you don't get punished as much. Neil Martin was preying on Basingstoke's passes not coming together.
One-timer from Stewart off the crossbar.
And he punished it, but now still 5-on-3.
15 seconds on the 5-on-3. Petto, Stewart just got the puck quickly to the net. Martin hammers out for a second time. 10 seconds on the 5-on-3. Carlson is just forcing the Basingstoke Bison. Here come Basingstoke, long outlet pass Stewart, and really Basingstoke have messed up a 5-on-3 power play for 2 minutes. They got 15 seconds left on the 5-on-4. Chambers perhaps should have shot, got a pass out to Stewart. Back with Chambers. Tukinen is coming in, can't control it, can't make a play. There's another penalty coming in, and it's going to be a penalty against the Basingstoke Bison. As soon as Basingstoke touch the puck, and off the crossbar as well. Second chance, still delayed. So 2 crossbars in the first 2 minutes of this second period. Second one coming the way of the Coventry Blaze, but it's the Bison that go to the penalty box.
It just got you got to play to the whistle, eh? And I think the Basingstoke Bison thought, okay, the guy's gone off, the slashing call has come up against them, and they just totally took their foot off the gas.
Let's take a look at these chances. Firstly,
this is
one-timer
the one-timer on the
Stewart.
power play. Stewart, look at that, cranks it right off the post on the one-timer. That's what I tell you about movement and puck, passing the puck. And then Kluche, not happy with just getting a goal in the first period, hammering away for a second one on the delayed penalty call.
His eyes were looking for the pass all the time there, weren't they? But then he just blind shot it, and it confused us and the Basingstoke Bison. So power play time for the Coventry Blaze.
Greg Owen got that slashing call, by the way, in the slot in Coventry zone, and he'll be sitting 2 for slashing.
What we'll see on the Coventry power play is a little bit more puck movement than perhaps what we saw on Basingstoke's one-man advantage. Coventry right to left in the white uniforms as the Basingstoke Bison hammer in the corner with Braff. Carlson gets the puck out to Cloutier, leaves it for Hoppe. Dan Carlson, and again there's movement, there's always movement. Hoppe fires one, and it was Cloutier who just tried to get his stick to it. Cloutier will finish and finish hard. Comes with Curtis Hoppe, had 30 goals this season. Jonathan Weaver. Paul Thompson was telling me the other day, Nick, plus 44 on the plus minus, Jonathan Weaver. And that means he's been on the ice for 44 more goals than he has conceded, even-handed.
These sticks
And when you
break
think
so
of
easy, Dave.
yeah, but when you think of how many power play goals the Coventry Blaze get as well, just shows how many goals that Weaver has been a part of this year. Aldridge takes a long shot, short-handed, and that save has let Cowley come in on the power play, and he shoots just high on Curtis Cruikshank. Still with the Coventry Blaze. Calder just lets it run off his stick. In fact, it's that loose stick that's out there in the offensive zone at the moment. It's just taking people, taking people's eyes off. It's still Calder. Barrymore. 20 seconds left on the 5-on-4 power players. Calder rips one. It went through traffic. There's a loose puck, and Cruikshank has it. And then Brad Cruikshank comes in and moves Ross Cowley just out of the way.
You know, Dave, again, talking about puck movement and Basingstoke's 5-on-3, and they were making passes, but again, passes that just aren't as smooth, and I say it all the time, Coventry, they'll hit you in a passing position where you don't have to lose a stride. Here's the slashing call, by the way, that we were talking about, Greg Owen, right there, slashing right across the thigh and the wrist, and that's why he was sitting there for 2 and another 15 seconds.
Second unit out, it's Stewart and Watkins and Cowley on the power play with Martin and Moore. Barry Moore gets it to Stewart, and another stick. That's 3 sticks in a minute.
Slashing call.
So
I think Stewart's going to be hitting 2 for slashing. And
so as Owen comes back onto the ice, as soon as Basingstoke touch the puck, they'll be back short-handed. Martin again skates well. Cruikshank covers up, and another slashing penalty.
Neil Martin with a good burst of speed coming through there and getting the puck to Cruikshank, but you can see Stewart defensively there. He goes into the penalty box, but you know, again, get almost an identical call to Greg Owen there, just getting the puck, little hack and whack right across the shins and the stick. And you know what doesn't help again is these sticks that break so easy, Dave, and you can just lean on a guy with them, and sometimes if they get a little imperfection in them, they just snap.
This time of the year, Nick, all the clubs are feeling the financial strain getting to the end of the year. We've just seen about £500 of the sticks break in less than a minute. I don't know if I go to Paul Thompson. If you went to Andy Buxton right now, the man would be crying with an handkerchief in front of him.
Where's the accountant? But you know, they are great sticks, and you get so much out of it. But geez, they do snap easy. It's technology for you.
Here's another stick snapper. It's a big slash that comes in. Here's a one-timer for Cloutier.
I told you the story. My dad wouldn't let me.
Here's Calder, waits. Oh, it's
Up
the
the
post,
post.
another post. 3 posts this period. Calder again to Hoppy. Hoppy's got Carlson at the back door. Vickerdale did a great job. Outstanding Vickerdale. Hoppy, Cloutier's going to the near side, comes to Weaver. Weaver fakes the shot, back to Curtis Hoppy. Hoppy. Carlson, man out in front is Cloutier. Can Bison get there first? No, Hoppy it is. 2 Bison, 1 Blaze. Braff finishes. Can Braff get his stick to it? No. Excellent work, Hoppy. Good shot from Carlson. Good stop from Cruikshank. 50 seconds.
I think that puck was actually blocked by Vickerdale again.
Now, I can't quite understand why Michael Hicks has moved that to the neutral zone.
Well, the puck got blocked off of Vickerdale, and the puck came out and then off of a glove, and they're saying it got gloved forward, but and with the advantage. But this one off the post, and the shot coming in down low, deflected off the skate. I don't know if it would have counted.
I have to say, I've never seen as many Basingstoke Bison fans on the road. In fact, I've been to Basingstoke a few times and haven't seen that many at home. So fair play to the Basingstoke fans who've come out for this cup final. Last week in Basingstoke, there was a great atmosphere in that building, and I reckon they'll sell out on Saturday. So tomorrow, when you have got nothing to do in the Basingstoke area, go and see Basingstoke versus Coventry in the Be My Baby Elite League.
Yeah, the Basingstoke Bison, since their new ownership, Dave, and they seem to have that little step, there he is there.
Some momentum in ownership and momentum within the club. They've got a new owner, a man they feel they can trust, and all the fans in Basingstoke have got behind Thomas.
And guys re-signing, so things looking positive for Basingstoke. Let's hope they can stay nice and healthy next season.
And of course Basingstoke as well, Nick, they're in this great battle at the bottom of the BMI Baby for the final playoff spot. And Basingstoke play their last home game of the regular season tomorrow night, Saturday night, against the Coventry Blaze, and it's expected that they're going to have a sellout for that game against Coventry, so make sure you book your tickets bright and early on Saturday morning, or even now as you're watching this show, give the rink down in Basingstoke a call. Here's Adam Calder. We're back 5-on-5, 7 minutes into this middle period. No penalty here. A lot of Coventry fans calling for a penalty there. I didn't see what for. Chambers, nice, quick, hard, firm pass. Cruikshank fires one right into the glove of Koenig. Can Cruikshank pick up on his rebound? No, he can't. Nor can Chambers. And all of a sudden, young James Archer hits the red line, then gets a hit off Cruikshank, but young Archer stood tall to it as well. Basingstoke, at the moment, one problem Basingstoke are having to put in 2 or 3 passes together. Here's Chambers, who headmans the puck. Oh, lovely play, Chambers. Here's Cruikshank. Where can he go with it? Here's the trailer. It's Petto. Makes the shot, and a super stop by Trevor Koenig. I don't think he knew if he held on to it, but that was a fabulous little play by Chambers.
Dave, just before you're saying they're having a hard time putting 3 or 4 passes together, but Basingstoke don't need to do it consistently throughout a game. They have their moments of brilliance. They've got the players on the ice who can do that. And here's a great moment. The nice pass out into the slot, the one-timer. Well, he actually held up there. Maybe a one-timer would have been more effective. But Basingstoke offensively, they just need that one opportunity, and they can punish you.
I was speaking with Brad Cruikshank before the start of the game, Nick, and we were saying that whilst Basingstoke have only got these, if you like, 10 players, they've got 10 quality players there, haven't they?
10 great players, yeah.
And to coin a phrase, they haven't got too many plumbers out there. They've got all guys that can make a difference, comfortable on the puck, players who are comfortable on the puck.
Imagine what their season would have turned out like if they would have had 5 plumbers in their squad that would have given these guys a chance to open up a little bit more, be more creative.
They started the year with the guy down there, Steve Thornton, who's got his arm in plaster at the moment. Campbell, long shot comes in. Then the Campbell, who's at Belfast right now. And he's Holiness Melanson, that defenseman that frightened the life out of all of us.
Well,
imagine. Nick, you used to hide behind me in the commentary box when Melanson was on the ice. He really should have made our All-Star, even though he only lasted till October. Chance out front for Carlson. I almost put him in mine, you know.
Did you? Yeah. That would have been a good move, eh?
Only 11 games, but God, what an 11
games. Did you have to retire with severe concussion?
I almost retired with concussion. Still with the Coventry Blaze, but there's going to be an out, and here it is. 2-on-2. And dare we say, Basingstoke seem to have weathered the early Coventry Blaze storm in this middle period. Here's Calder, fires one, rebound, chance, unbelievable stop, Cruikshank.
Put that in.
Ho-ho!
Put that in the highlight reel. Unbelievable.
Here's Cruikshank the other end. Shoots and scores! Oh, Cruikshank at one end. Cruikshank at the other end. And the Basingstoke Bison tie it at 2-2. But they extend their lead in the cup final. Brad Cruikshank will get the goal. The owner supports and cheers. But hail Curtis Cruikshank for the save that started that off.
Look at this. He goes down. Unbelievable. Unbelievable save against the league's #1 scorer. And then they bring it right back down the other way. Chambers, good job holding up. He delays, he looks for support. Doesn't rush it. He's got a guy coming into the slot. It's Cruikshank, their captain.
As soon as Curtis Cruikshank made that save and Chambers had the puck and he made the delayed pass, you just knew that save is a huge turning point.
How many passes did they make before that? Because Cruikshank should get an assist on that.
Well, you talk about a save being a turning point of a game. This could be a turning point of a British Knockout Cup final. 2-2. And it's back to square one for the Coventry Blaze as Huppy takes a shot from the outside. And Curtis Cruikshank will stop those shots from the outside all day long and twice on a Sunday. Martin. Chambers. Moore keeps the puck in, and we were just saying that the Basingstoke Bison had weathered the storm. Then, of course, that big Coventry chance as Stewart hammers one, rebound, poke check by Koenig, got down to it well. Chambers comes out. Chambers protects the puck pretty well, doesn't he, as a player? Runs into the referee there, can do nothing about that. 3-on-2 Coventry. Here's the trailer. It's Barry Moore, takes a long shot. Loose puck out in front. Nets off its moorings. And no goal. I think Curtis Huppy drove the net.
I'll tell you what, Curtis Cruikshank with 1 and 2 saves. He gets down. He's got the radar on right now, fine-tuned, because he's picking up everything around him. The Coventry Blaze making a more or less perfect 3-on-2 with another trailer, so it becomes, a 4-on-2. And then, they're doing everything right. The Coventry Blaze are doing everything right, but they're just going to get frustrated by this Cruikshank. Paul Thompson's got to keep the guys, especially after that goal, after that save against, your #1 goal scorer, Calder, had the chance, great save, and then they come back and pump one in. But the Coventry Blaze, and they won't, Dave, they won't panic right now.
No, still a long way to go. We're only just at halfway in the second period, so halfway through this game. Don't forget, if we're tied on aggregate tonight, we go to overtime and possibly penalty shots. This is the 3rd British Knockout Cup. In fact, Coventry have been in both finals before. And the first Knockout Cup, actually the second leg was against Sheffield, and Sheffield won it in a penalty shootout. So sometimes these games can go on and on and on. Here's Danny Stewart. He told me he'd score. Oh, and he just almost did as well. He got deflected just to the
What's the last
outside.
cup that Sheffield won?
That was the last cup
There
that
you
they
go,
won in 2006. Yeah. 2004 playoff championship and league championship, got the double, and then
Yeah, whatever.
we've been a little bit barren since.
Who has? They have.
And we have.
They have, yeah.
Yeah. There's no such thing as that.
You're on my team now.
Okay, here's Stewart in front. Good work by Chambers. Nick, when you support a sporting club, you support a sporting club. Here's Chambers again. Great puck possession by Chambers. I told you he protected it well. He did a cracking job there.
You know what,
Do you
Coventry
know he's only 24, that Chambers?
Yeah.
I'm not being rude. He looks a little older, doesn't he? Dan Carlson, but he works so hard.
Coventry getting tripped up in their own zone. Soderstrom and Weaver end up tangling each other in the low slot and falling down.
Timmins protects the puck well, and Tommy Watkins steps out inside. There's a penalty.
No
Goal's
goal.
waved off. Goal is waved off. And in fairness to the referee, he had blown his whistle before the puck across the line.
Frustrating for the Coventry Blaze, but Michael Hicks was making a call here. He's making obviously it's no goal, Dave. He's saying that. I wonder if a penalty was called on the play. You can see Casey Timmins protecting the puck well, and Watkins driving around. Piratainen and Owen not being able to get his man, but it's Piratainen who's getting called here for the trip. Right there, boom.
So that's a delayed penalty. The Coventry guy hits it into the net.
Watkins knocked the goal off. That's what they're going to say. So the goal was actually off its mooring before, and it did look like it was off.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you can't play the advantage on knocking the net off.
So
Even
Coventry,
though it was Piratainen who did it.
Exactly. So Coventry now on the power play again. They need to. They can get another goal here, just get back into this tie. Certainly not over yet.
See Huppy kicking the puck around the boards there, and then that gives Basingstoke that chance, and that's Coventry not doing what they do.
Huppy gets the puck wide to Calder. Cloutier goes to the front of the net, so does Huppy, but Owen, who is calmness personified on the puck. Owen comes back and Cruikshank comes back for a change. I don't think Chambers and Campbell wanted to go out. They were going, no, you stay out there. But those two Basingstoke lads who'd worked hard killing a penalty said, not a chance, Nelly. We're coming off the ice, so they did. Cloutier holds on to the puck, gets it back to Martin. Martin on a one-timer, but fakes, goes to Calder. Calder back to Neil Martin. Calder on a one-timer, didn't get a deflection. I think they try and aim that shot, don't they, at Dan Carlson, and for Carlson to redirect. Ryan Aldridge clashes with Sylvain Cloutier just by the benches. Martin does his Torval and act, and he goes right through them, doesn't take the shot, goes to Moore. Moore took a shot and hit Russ Cowley on the head. Hacking and chopping, and it's not pretty stuff out there. Can Russ Cowley get some good one on it? No, he can't. And that man Chambers again. How much ice time does that Chambers have? I know everybody has a lot of ice time in this Basingstoke team, but Chambers seems to be out there all the time. 30 seconds left on the penalty kill. Here comes Weaver. Oh, nice play by Weaver. Sets up as well, but they're all a little close to one another, Coventry. Barry Moore can't get good wood on it, and have a guess, Chambers. When in doubt, it's 24 Chambers. Here's Petto, takes a shot just past Koenig. Koenig didn't move too clever there as he got lateral across. Petto again, takes a shot, kicked out. Nice play by Weaver, calmness. Owen comes and hurries and hassles. 4 seconds left on the power play. Few of the Coventry fans starting to get a tad restless here at the Sky Dome as Basingstoke go back to full strength. Danny Stewart takes a shot. Cruikshank makes the first save. Had to gather the rebound. Now a little bit of pushing and shoving. Barry Moore gets involved. Big Braff just...
Do you know what all this is just suiting Basingstoke right down to the ground? Because, I suppose I want to use the word prickly, Dave. Coventry, good, smooth, moving the puck, and especially on the power play. Basingstoke, right in, right at them, being prickly, not letting Coventry do what they do best, which is setting the puck up, having control, moving it around, pulling the box out of shape. And instead, Basingstoke are being really, really aggressive on the Coventry power play, and now they've killed it.
Shot comes in there from Stewart. Cruikshank just didn't see that one till late, therefore couldn't hold on to it first bite. Got it second bite. Can you believe it's been 20 games since that Danny Stewart scored? A massive 2.5 minutes now, Nick, for the Basingstoke Bison. If they can go in at the end of the second period with this 2-goal advantage that they have in the tie, just gives you the momentum, just 20 minutes away from a trophy. Timmins finishes a hit on Braff, loses his stick in the process. And Basingstoke chip down the right-hand side, collected by Martin. Chambers came across and just stopped Martin's flow. Watkins on the quick pass to Carlson. Carlson up the wall. Vickerdale finished early, and he's going to be punished for it. In fact, Timmins comes in on Vickerdale.
Yeah.
Curtis Uppy's gone down. Just a millisecond too early, wasn't he, David Vickerdale, on his hit?
I wonder what he's going to call.
Curtis Uppy.
I wonder what Michael Hicks is going to call here. He signaled a penalty, but he hasn't made the call. Normally a ref will make a signal right away, boarding or so forth. He hasn't actually made a signal yet. I'm wondering what he's going to call because he was a few feet away from the boards. Coventry moving around, Basingstoke not being able to, and there's the hit, Vickerdale. It is a boarding call. So it will be just a 2-minute minor for boarding, but those are the calls that refs can look at that and think if there's an intent, and then you're looking at getting misconducts and so forth. But luckily Michael Hicks on there, I think making the right decision.
Nick, in all 27 shows we've done so far, we've talked about momentum-changing moments. 2-minute penalty, 2 minutes to go in the second period. If Basingstoke can hold out and kill another Coventry power play, they take huge momentum. But if Coventry can get 1 goal back here on the power play, it will be them that takes the momentum into the dressing room at the end of this period.
Just there, you see Weaver trying to work a crossover with Calder and Chambers reading it. Basingstoke just seem to have Coventry's number right now. It's going to take something special for Coventry to get one back here.
Something special. Will it be special from Weaver? No, it bounces over his stick and goes all the way down to Trevor Koenig. Weaver, Huppy, Coventry, a puck possession team, to Adam Calder, blue line, puts the brakes on. Feeds the puck to Curtis Huppy, back to Adam Calder. Weaver's waiting for it, but instead Calder goes to Huppy. Huppy then to Dan Carlson. Carlson winds up, Cloutier's waiting in front. Everybody's just so low now, they've sagged right in front. Excellent work, Greg Owen. I think Greg Owen's having as good a game as I've seen him have for a long, long time. Certainly showed up here tonight in Coventry. Excellent play by the GB International. Danny Stewart puts the brakes on. Weaver wants it, Weaver gets it. 47 seconds, Huppy on a one-timer. Absolutely rocketed by Huppy, but over the top of Cruikshank. Weaver at 12 o'clock goes to Huppy again on the one-timer. Braff got there. He's an unsung hero of that Basingstoke team, Eric Braff. Not spectacular, but does his job. Calder rips one, deflection, and Chambers, who else? He gets it all the way down behind the goal of Trevor Koenig. 25 seconds remain. This is an outstanding Basingstoke performance. Will Barry Moore ruin it? No. Gets the puck to Stewart, and it gets deflected. The net's off its moorings. The Coventry players moan about Curtis Cruikshank knocking it off. That long shot came in, and Stewart's almost picked up that rebound on that right-hand side.
You know, Dave, whenever a net gets knocked off its moorings, everyone in the home barn, especially the opposing team, they all yell out. Now look at Cruikshank. He makes that save, and then here he goes to extend his leg. There. Now, he kicked that off.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's going to be able to say he was extending the leg to make the save. But Michael Hicks is in the right position, but Cruikshank's body is guarding that. He can't see that, even though the movement looks like he's trying to extend for the save. Cruikshank kicked that goal off, and I don't think he'll be the first one after this game if he's got the cup to say, maybe I did.
There's experience for you. Here's short-handed Campbell. Just hold on to the puck, son. Hold on to the puck for 7 seconds. Last chance, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. The period's over. The penalty's over, but the period's not over. The whistle is blown. Campbell is down. Fairly innocent on the first viewing of it.
Well,
Let's see it again, Nick.
You see Cam, he comes in, just loses his footing, and this happens to every hockey player in their life. They come in, they know they're going to be coming in on the boards here. He knows what's going to happen, right? So the thing that Campbell does is he's got his knee up there. And what he'll try and do is cushion that with his knee, but sometimes it gets it just pinched in a little bit too much. I think he'll be all right. Oh God, I hope he's all right, because he's been great to watch.
Well, it was the Coventry dressing room to see a knee injury in the first period break. It may well be the Basingstoke Bison dressing room for the second session.
You've got to have your knee out there to cushion that. Otherwise, you're going in with your face first.
Let's just see how he is as he hobbles over. And he does hobble.
You can see it.
Let's see it again.
It just coming in wide, just doing what he's got to do, driving. Casey Timmins taking the body. Good play. He just loses his footing there. Comes in, tries to use his right leg, to cushion that blow. Otherwise, like I say, it's going to be his face first. But hopefully he's great for the third.
Well, a 2-1 first period, and the Coventry Blaze were right back in this British Knockout Cup, trailing just by 1 on aggregate. But Curtis Cruikshank makes a save of the night. 3 seconds later, his namesake, Brad Cruikshank, makes it 2-2 to give the Bison a 2-goal advantage. Who's going to lift the cup? Come back after the break and find out. third period of the British Knockout Cup final. It's 2-2 here in the second leg. It's enough to make your hair turn red, Nick. Can the Bison do it? There's the owner. He didn't have a grey hair on his head about 6 months ago. 6 months in Basingstoke, and look at him, he's only 27. But the Basingstoke Bison are one period away from the biggest moment in their history, I think.
It is. Trevor Koenig facing 12 shots in that second frame, and his counterpart 11, but one of those 11 was one of the finest saves you will ever see.
That one save was worth 2 saves, Nick, wasn't it?
And an assist and a goal.
Well, his namesake got a goal just half a dozen seconds afterwards. That 2-2 goal, what a big goal that Brad Cruikshank goal was. And could it be the goal that wins the Basingstoke Bison the British Knockout Cup? Well, the Coventry Blaze team is full of one thing: winners. Every single member of the Blaze team has won a championship of some sort in the past. They know what it takes to cross the finishing line. Here's a man, Cloutier, who's won American League championships, one of the hardest of any of them. Here's Calder. Here's Soderstrom, just fires one past. Another stick breaks and goes into the corner. Another Coventry Blaze one. Here's Chambers, holds onto the puck. The trailer was Cruikshank. Owen gets the puck on Koenig. We'll keep an eye out. And Nick, I don't know if you can see whether
that's what we're looking
Peter
right now.
Derek Campbell
he's just come out of the bench, and he hasn't even sat down. He's gone straight on the ice. So the big thing, Derek Campbell, who went into the boards with an awkward knee injury, and he's out on the ice.
Here's Calder, so he's Stewart again, drop pass to Neil Martin. Martin holds on to it, Huppy drives the net, there's a trailer coming in, it's Stewart. But Greg Owen did a great job covering and then finishes on Martin. Martin back to Stewart, kicked away by Cruikshank as Stewart's shot came in. I spoke to Chambers in the middle of the period break, and he thought that Derek Campbell would be okay, but Campbell was undergoing some physiotherapy. Obviously Campbell okay. Good to see. Don't want to lose anybody at this time of the year. No time for recovery or replacements. And if there's one team that can't afford to lose a player, it's the Basingstoke Bison. They're running on a minibus as it is at the moment. Here's Danny Stewart. Oh, fakes, and Cruikshank went for it. A chance in front for Hoppy. Greg Owen finishes and then finishes a hit. And then fell awkwardly into the boards, but Owen is up and at it. And already almost 2 minutes of the 20 has gone. 10% of that third period. Chance out in front, and here is the chance for Hoppy. Found on it the first time. Looks out in front. Can Stewart get to it? No, he can't. And sometimes, Nick, you just think your name might be written on the cup when things like that happen.
Preto with an unbelievably great defensive play. And Dave, you know, the Basingstoke Bison have come in here with a game plan. They've played this game plan many times this year. They're shorthanded. They've got to go in against a team like Coventry, who move the puck around so well.
Greg Wood, one of those players that has benefited from Basingstoke running such a short bench, and it's seen him actually make the final 33 of the Great Britain senior squad. And that squad will be narrowed down to 23, so only time will tell whether Wood makes the 23, but certainly a huge step forward in stride this season in his play. Here's Petto, moves the puck out. Cruikshank and Watkins were held up together. Martin comes all the way back. That man Chambers. I'm sure actually there's more than 10 Basingstoke players. I think there's 24 Chambers. Owen gets it into the boards. Colson makes a nice play to Curtis Hoppy. Hoppy's waiting for some options. And Paul Thompson again shuffles his pack. Carlson out this time with Cowley and Hoppy. So Colson and Calder split up as Soderstrom takes a shot from the outside. It's a rebound in front. Petto, I think, got it, and then Cowley gets it back to Soderstrom. Another shot comes in from the outside. With those shots from the outside, I wonder if those are the right kind of shots to beat Curtis Cruikshank on a night like tonight. You've seen his eyes, Nick. They're like dinner plates, aren't they? Hoppy again. Hoppy's waiting, looking for an option. Owen just guides him, you know, out. Owen again comes back in. Parakinen just fires out, only gets it as far as Cowley. Cowley sank low to Hoppy. Hoppy fires one. Oh, it's rebounded once or twice, and a goal, and the Blaze are back in it, and it is Stewart. He said he'd score. He's a man of his word, Danny Stewart. That puck bounced and bobbled. It hit Cruikshank, it hit a skate, and it just lay there waiting to be poke-checked home. The man Danny Stewart shoots and scores. The Blaze are back in this one.
Dave, this play, Coventry's possession down low or in Basingstoke zone. And I said it earlier on, that's what they've got to, they've got to get possession and then send guys to the net and then perhaps try and get something ugly. And they've just done that. And about a minute before this, Calder gained the blue line, stop, delayed, let everyone come in, and they've started to move the puck around well. It takes an unlucky bounce off of Owen, but look at Stewart, bang, right there.
Cruikshank just didn't know where it was, did he?
Well, it went off of Owen's skate there, but Stewart, who I believe you said, told you he was going to score tonight.
I like a man of his word, and he was a man of his word.
So him and Cloutier both stepped up to the plate. Let's see if the rest of the Coventry Blaze can.
It was 4-2 in Basingstoke. It's 3-2 in Coventry. The Bison, can they hold on for 15 minutes to win a knockout cup? Can the Coventry Blaze score again and take it into overtime? Calder gets the puck back out as far as Soderstrom.
David's going to change the essence of this game because now the Basingstoke Bison know the Coventry Blaze one shot away from tying this up. So they're now not going to have to be able to sit back with that 2-goal cushion. They got to think about getting another one.
It's almost that old saying of next goal wins it, isn't it? You have that feeling, the momentum of the next goal. Adam Calder. Neil Martin grimaces and hits the blue line. Calder was taken down actually there on the blue line, and Calder's looking for a penalty. He's not going to get one. A battle along the boards. There's Adam Calder. Martin still has it. Martin steps up in front, gets taken down. Penalty. Coventry about to go onto the power play. David Vickerdale ain't best pleased. But you'll see Trevor Koenig skate to his bench as soon as Basingstoke touched the puck, but it's still Stewart. Cuts to the inside, takes a shot, rebound. Chambers touches the puck, whistle blows. And Basingstoke go to the penalty box. Coventry go on the power play. We haven't seen the Coventry Blaze's power play be that effective so far tonight, but how many chances can you give Paul Thompson's team?
Not many, and you know what, Vickerdale, let's have a look at this. Neil Martin keeping his legs going. There's the hit. He does have two hands on his stick. He does lay it across the arms of Neil Martin. That technically is a cross-checking call, and it was made for by the fact that, he kept both hands on his stick.
The record the PA guy plays is drop the puck, and I can't help but agree. Just drop the puck and let the players get on with it. Here's Chambers, short-handed for the Bison. Blue line, fakes a shot, walks around Weaver, takes a shot. It had a rebound, and Chambers scores, but the net was off its moorings. And the whistle has gone, no goal. It's a nice finish by Chambers as well. The whistle had already gone.
Short-handed. Chambers gaining the zone and driving out wide, and the big thing is here again. Just look, he gets his own rebound off a broken play, and then.
Tell me why the whistle went. Explain to me why the whistle went here. Chambers shot.
Okay, I'm wondering if it's because of the guys that maybe the
net's just been moved, hasn't it?
Yeah, the net moved. Yeah.
Yeah, by Adam Calder.
The other thing is that Owen was pretty tight in that blue line, or in the blue paint.
There comes Weaver. Power play time for the Coventry Blaze. Broken, doesn't get it all the way out. Here's Weaver. Hammers one. What a glove by Curtis Cruikshank. He does have a great glove.
Tonight he's got a great everything. And Jonathan Weaver, we talked so much about his shot and how smart he is. Now, he gets the puck from Huppy here. He keeps it in, actually. And then he takes a shot, but he's got Cloutier and Calder going in front of the goal, but maybe, Jonathan Weaver, maybe hold on another second. Let guys get in front of Cruikshank rather than them being level with him when he takes a shot.
A hard out by the Basingstoke Bison, helped on its way by Derek Campbell. Grimacing with pain after that knee injury at the end of the second period, but it's a final. And they're men, and they'll play through it. Dan Carlson rips it into the corner. Who's going to get there first? Basingstoke get there first. Hoppy finishes. Basingstoke can't clear though, and it's back with Weaver. Weaver gives it to Cloutier, gets it back to Weaver. Weaver hammers one, just goes wide of the Bison post. Adam Calder collects. 1 minute exactly remains on the one-man advantage for Paul Thompson's team. Carlson is stood right in front of Cruikshank. Falls awkwardly to Huppy, in fact bounces nicely to Calder. Calder just swaps over with Weaver. Cloutier's just out in front. That's where he scored the first goal from tonight. Weaver steps in. Carlson gets it back to Huppy, takes a shot right into the body of Curtis Cruikshank. Curtis Hopley with over 30 goals this season for the Coventry Blaze after his move from the Belfast Giants. And again, he goes closest, Nick.
Carlson finding Hoppy right in the slot there, and Basingstoke doing a good job actually keeping Kluche out of that shot path.
What's Paul Thompson saying there, Nick?
Well, he can be quite fiery, Dave, but right now he's probably saying, guys, let's just stick to our game plan. Let's start moving the puck around, be smooth, be the league champs that we are.
33 seconds, Stuart fires one, took one deflection, two deflection, gets to Barry Moore, who's just behind the goal of Cruikshank. Martin gives it on a one-timer, got a deflection, second deflection. Referee waves it off. Cruikshank doesn't know where it is. I don't know where it is, but Owen's got it and fires it all the way down the right-hand side.
Do you know, this guy's just sick. That Cruikshank made another unbelievable save.
Here's Martin with speed. 5 seconds on the power play. Cruikshank has just got his stick right into Neil Martin. Martin exchanged a few words with the referee and goes back as Basingstoke are on full strength. Who's going to get to this loose puck first? It's Owen as Braff tries to finish. It's Cowley as Braff tries to finish. Stewart intercepts, and now it's the Bison that break out, and they have a little bit of respite. Blue line, in they come. Stewart on his backhand puts the brakes. Neil Martin's back on the ice with a new stick. Cruikshank goes for a change, so Petto comes in and fires a low one straight into the midriff of Trevor Koenig. And this is just a nice break now for the Basingstoke Bison. They get some puck possession in the offensive zone, get a face-off and have another chance, and it's important it's just important for them to get sharp, quick shifts, isn't it?
Here's Coventry with this chance. That shot came in from the point. Now, you want to see it at the far top of your screen. I believe it's Moore. Takes it, look at that, unbelievable. Takes it off the skate quickly there and lets it go, but Cruikshank has the sense of mind to dive across and make another unbelievable save.
Basingstoke will take every opportunity of changing lines and every single chance they get. A whistle will blow now, just to get guys that little bit of rest, to slow the game down. They don't want to play the game at 100 miles an hour. There's the line that's done so much damage this year for Basingstoke. Chambers on your left, Cruikshank, who's just signed a new 2-year ticket, on your right, and Greg Owen. One of the best British players in the country, Greg Owen, will be going to Austria with the GB national team.
Can I have him in my reserve team?
You can have who you like in your reserve team.
Well, it's not Dave, you're not going to pick him?
Here's Calder. Calder again, gets one through and scores! We're tied, folks! It's 6-6 on aggregate, and it's that man again, Adam Calder, the man who scores the big goals on the big nights to win big trophies. Adam Calder shoots, Adam Calder scores. Blaze lead 4-2. We're tied at 6. There's 10 minutes left to see who's going to win the British Knockout Cup.
David, in the intermission, we're talking to a few people about what the Coventry Blaze can do. And, one of the things you can do, get it to that guy. Get it to Calder, the sharpshooter, the most dangerous offensive player in this league. And I don't think, look at just again from this, we talk about how he releases the puck. He gets 2 cracks at it, but he's got Carlson in a really good angle, a good position that doesn't let Cruikshank see where that shot actually comes off of Calder's stick.
All the momentum is now with the Coventry Blaze. Basingstoke have come into Coventry for the second time in a matter of a handful of days. They've committed and have given their all. But is it going to be enough? Just over 10 minutes and 20 seconds remain for one of these two teams. We're back where we were 5.5 periods ago, tied. The experience and the big game players now of both sides. Who's going to come out on top? Timmins. Braff and Moore battle behind the goal. Timmins has got it. Carlson's just out in front. Coventry rotating their body. They change. Poke check. Cruikshank makes the save off Barry Moore. And we're going to have another penalty. And it's going to be Chambers who heads down. And there's a few heads down now in the black and red kit of the Basingstoke Bison. Tired bodies. They've played all night. And Chambers there picking up a penalty. More power play time for the Coventry Blaze.
Hook and call from Chambers, and Dave, these are now, your hook and calls in this area. They're your calls when you're tired. These are, you know, they've played a lot of hockey lately. They've got that short bench. And Coventry doing what they have to do by keeping their legs moving and forcing Basingstoke to draw these penalties. They're keeping good possession, they're keeping it, they're cycling it, they're moving out. There's Chambers at the top of your screen, and I think right there was the hook anyway.
Okay, so power play time, 11 seconds, 12 seconds gone on it already. As Jonathan Weaver comes, left-handed shot, red line, chips into the opposite corner. Carlson goes to get there first, puts the brakes on it, backhand shovel pass, but it's intercepted by Basingstoke, who clear into the neutral zone. Ryan Aldridge, 47, you'll see him work hard as he tries to close down the Coventry Blaze. Not one player there, Weaver, but he comes across now and forces Calder, and he's done his job. He's killed 20 seconds. Calder makes a nice pass out to Huppy. Braff comes in, Huppy goes past him, Huppy puts the brakes on. Keep your eye out for 25 on that, he's loitering with intent. He is on the far side, the opposite side of play to where Huppy is right now. Carlson to Calder, an excellent play there by, I think it was Campbell, wasn't it? Well, no, Petto. Cruikshank short-handed, walks in, but two-way centre Dan Carlson works both ends of the ice and breaks the play up. Dan Carlson back again. Owen finishes as well and tries to get a turnover. Martin, and then Owen, big shift from Greg Owen, first on Carlson, then on Martin. And those two hits have just taken Coventry off their stride a little bit. Another hit comes in from Owen. 3 big hits in this shift from Greg Owen, trying to lead from the front. Adam Calder with 25 seconds left on the power play. Petto steps up. Another hit this time from Basingstoke. Stewart comes out to the point. The other Danny Stewart gets it. Gets it back out to Ross Cowley, to Adam Calder. Back to Ross Cowley, takes it in his skate. Cuts inside. I reckon it's got to come back to Calder again. It will. Through traffic, Adam Calder. Nobody knew where it was. You saw Cruikshank go down and look for it. Basingstoke are back to full strength. 5 on 5. Here's Calder again, takes a shot. This time it hit Curtis Cruikshank. Again, I don't think he knew too much about it. And we're back 5 on 5. Long outlet pass from Chambers. Intercepted by Ross Cowley, who just chips down. Perret-Ekinen gets the puck out. Stewart, red line, blue line. Goes over Matthias Söderström. Carlson now intercepts, cuts inside, hits the blue line, cuts across the middle on his backhand side. Drop pass to Weaver. Weaver walks round, takes the shot deflected, and it goes over the plexiglass. But that Dan Carlson, his centre of gravity is so low, and he can just go either direction and make it look a mug, can't he?
It's lateral movement, you know, when he decides to, you know, and sometimes these guys, when you're taking your strides, you know, the skate blade stays on the ice, and you kind of, you know, you're using your momentum going back and forth, and then you use your skate blade or your leg that's on the ice to defend and shield the guy, your forechecker. Let's go!
To 6 minutes remaining in the British Knockout Cup final. 6 minutes. And we're tied. It's 6-6 on aggregate. Here's a chance out in front maybe for Watkins. Huppy gets it to Stewart. And the chances are falling to the Coventry Blaze. Oh, and here's a chance for Calder. Cruikshank's gone down. And Adam Calder was gifted a chance there. Tired bodies in black and red right now. They've worked just 2 lines against Coventry's 3. Stewart just can't handle the pass. Goes out to Calder. Calder stayed on the ice. Here's Dan Carlson. Carlson, is this the chance? Johnson scores! Dan Carlson puts the Coventry Blaze ahead. It was tired bodies from Basingstoke. And Dan Carlson came onto the ice, off the bench, picked up on a loose pass, and fires it low. It bobbled under Curtis Cruikshank. And is that the goal that finally seals it? 3-goal period for the Coventry Blaze. Is that enough to lift the Knockout Cup?
You can never say never, Dave, but you know, look at how he comes into the zone with such speed and then moving that little step aside, going to the far side and going off the inside of Cruikshank's skate. But you got to think Cruikshank obviously focused on Carlson, but he also knows that Calder's coming into the high slot. And it's almost like he was thinking, he took a little eye off the puck, maybe looking at who's coming in. Okay, I've got Calder coming in, Carlson comes in, doesn't get a hard shot away. Goes for the far side, goes 5-hole, takes a deflection off of Cruikshank's skate and into the net. And the league champions have a 1-goal lead,
and they're showing us why they are league champions. We've said such great things about Curtis Cruikshank. I hear everything you've just said there, Nick, but I think Curtis had won that one back if he could get it. Cowley down the left-hand side, cuts to the middle, goes to his backhand. Hip check comes in from Braff. And now Basingstoke. They have to empty the tank for the final 5 minutes, and they shoot the puck high there. Brad Cruikshank already scored 1 goal in this cup final, second leg. Purakakinen just takes Stewart out. It's a big man.
Basingstoke's making a couple of hits, making a statement saying this game ain't over, Coventry. If you're going to win this cup, you're going to have to blood and sweat and tears to get it, because we're not giving up.
And the Basingstoke Bison fans, well, in fact, now even the Coventry fans, every single fan in the building is cheering for their team on the edge of their seats. Derek Campbell, Braff has fallen though, and Stewart comes in and collects. Cloudier's just ahead of him. Cloudier has it. The Coventry Blaze captain, their leader. Stewart steps inside Soderstrom. Soderstrom makes a nice pass to Danny Stewart, and Aldridge forces Stewart, but Stewart gets the puck deep, down behind the goal of Curtis Cruikshank. Petto moves the puck forward again to Stewart. Timmins finishes. Martin comes in on a loose puck. Under 4 minutes remain. The Coventry Blaze, already league champions. Are they going to be knockout cup champions? Drop pass, Hoppy with the shot right down the throat of Curtis Cruikshank.
Coventry coming in, getting that blue line, those long shots on Cruikshank. But again, they force the face-off down low, and that's what they've got to do for the next couple of minutes.
Long shot comes from the outside, gets deflected. Casey Timmins, Petto. I think we said last week, didn't we, Nick, that Casey Timmins, as Hoppy comes in alone, this just to finish it off. Curtis Hoppy shoots and scores. A 4-goal period to the Coventry Blaze. Forehand, backhand. Good night. And ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has just left the building. The Coventry Blaze are going to win the British Knockout Cup. Curtis Hoppy shoots and scores. Basingstoke have given everything they've got, but the Coventry Blaze has just got a little bit too much.
That is a man who, is showing, he is such a great head coach. And you know darn well for 5 periods of hockey he was not happy with their performance. Look at this, nice, what a pass by Carlson. Just feathers it up over. Look at that beautiful pass. That's a Gretzky pass. And Hoppy doing a great job, not panicking, trying to pull the trigger right away. Knows Cruikshank's been playing out of his skin, so he decides to go around him this time. And he slides it home. They've got a 2-goal advantage, and you got to say Paul Thompson and the Coventry Blaze have probably been outplayed for 5 periods of hockey against this Basingstoke Bison, brave Basingstoke Bison team.
Well, it's taken a long time, but the Coventry Blaze have finally found a way how to play against the 10-man Basingstoke team.
And we've got a penalty call coming up here against the Coventry Blaze, Dave. So, a little over 3 minutes to go.
You got to score 2 minutes.
Power play goal, and yeah, it's a hooking call. And that's Basingstoke's never say die attitude, driving around and like I say, you tend to get the hooking calls towards the latter part of periods when you're tired and your legs are just, you've ran out of gas.
Nick, you and I don't think we've got anything but admiration and respect for these Basingstoke Bison players, have we?
Oh gosh, yeah,
absolute. They've laid everything on the line, and they are still coming at the Coventry Blaze.
Tell you, you know what?
One-time shot.
I'd buy a beer for every one of them.
Honestly, you would?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. A generous man. Petto gets the puck low to Chambers. Back to Petto. Last chance saloon for the Basingstoke Bison. They throw one at Koenig. Collected by Owen. Chambers again. Throws it at the net, but it's intercepted by Martin, who's come back a week early from injury to play in a final. And he hasn't let his team down at all, has he? Peto moves the puck forward. Danny Stewart picks it up. Here's Owen. Owen steps out in front, takes one shot, takes two shots. Koenig denies once, denies twice. And just over 2 minutes remain now. 1 minute on the power play. Chambers collects high on his stick, goes chasing it, gets in front of Weaver. Will sacrifice the hit. He knows he's going to get hit just to get in front. Stewart again. 2 men down low. One is Campbell, one is Chambers. Peto's waiting for it. Still Chambers. On his backhand. Gets it out to Stewart, and a one-time chance for Braff. Takes a shot. Curtis Cruikshank's looking to come to his net. They're looking to pull Cruikshank, and as Basingstoke can get puck possession, now will Cruikshank come? Cruikshank has come. Curtis Cruikshank has come. There's an empty net that awaits. Brad Cruikshank comes onto the ice, the extra attacker. Long shot comes from the outside. Stewart collects. 25 seconds. It's a 6-on-4 on the ice at the moment. There's an empty net. Here's a chance for Brad Cruikshank, and the whistle has already gone. And I think we're going to see.
I think is he going to call him? I think, you know what? Well, wait a second. I think he is going to call
One
Koenig.
of each team, is he?
And then Campbell as well. Here you can see the shot coming in, and takes it. It takes a deflection, and then
Koenig giving Campbell a bit of a
Campbell
jig.
going at it, yeah. But Greg Owen, for me, has epitomized, you know, what hockey players are all about. He's been absolutely outstanding in the 6 periods of hockey here, and for me, he's the man of the match. I know you always go with the winning team or Dan Carlson having it, but you know, for the future of British ice hockey and so forth, this 26 years old, he's an absolute star, and he's my man of the match.
But here we go. 4 white shirts. Neil Martin, Jonathan Weaver, Sylvain Cloutier, Dan Carlson against 6 Basingstoke Bison players. 6-on-4, but there's an empty net. If Coventry can get a loose puck, and the whistle will blow, then
I can't count.
you can't catch. You've just gone 5, I know. See, no goal there on your right-hand side.
No, I knew that.
So Owen, our man of the match against Sylvain Cloutier, the man who most probably will lift the British Knockout Cup. He's already lifted the BMI Baby Elite League title. His first year as the captain of the Coventry Blaze. His predecessor lifted 2 trophies last year. And will they be well, they're about to win their 2nd trophy this year, aren't they? Just over 1 minute and 10 seconds remain. Martin just digs and digs and digs. Wouldn't you want those 2 men, Martin and Cloutier, in your trenches? Comes out to Chambers. One-time pass for Parakinen. Chambers leaves it. Carlson gets it and chips out, but doesn't chip it all the way out. Peto. Loose puck out, and here comes Carlson. Carlson gives it to Cloutier, gets it back to Carlson.
Oh!
And Carlson just takes a long shot. I don't think
attacking and knocked that out of the net, out of the air.
They're attacking and gets the puck forward as far as Chambers. Chambers. Cruikshank was just on the end of it. Coventry Blaze fans stand, so do the Basingstoke Bison fans. And this puck ebbs towards the empty net, but Peto gets there first with 25 seconds remaining. Owen chips down. Everybody in the building knows it's over, but everybody in the building will have nothing but respect and admiration for the Basingstoke 10. 10 seconds remain as Braff comes down with Cowley all over him. Parakinen has the puck, moves the puck forward, and the Coventry Blaze pick up their 2nd trophy of the season. The British Knockout Cup goes to Sylvain Cloutier, Trevor Koenig, Adam Calder, and their Coventry Blaze team. A 4-0 3rd period means that the Coventry Blaze and that man Paul Thompson pick up their 2nd trophy of the season. The Blaze are the Knockout Cup champions.
Welcome back to the BMI Baby Elite Ice Hockey League here on Sky Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. Sylvain Cloutier, the captain and spiritual leader of the league champions Coventry Blaze, are now about to get their hands on the British Knockout Cup and lift it.
Jonathan Weaver comes across, so does Neil Martin as well. The two assistant captains, they're joined by Andy French on your left and Mike Cowley on your right.
Enjoy this, folks.
2 trophies Sylvain Cloutier has lifted for the Coventry Blaze. Jonathan Weaver and Neil Martin. Is there a better defensive duo than those two in this league?
No.
No, that's right.
And Dave, you know, they've got the British Knockout Cup, they've got the league title, the playoffs are around the corner, the treble is on for the Coventry Blaze, and it's not without their grasps.
No, you know what, they're probably favourites for the playoffs, but you know what, if the Basingstoke Bison can pick up a win at the weekend, Basingstoke will be back down here next weekend, and Coventry have got to play them again. Number 5, game number 6 in the last fortnight. So could these two teams meet again?
Well, the scenes are going around behind us, David. Like you say, why wouldn't you want to stick around? And it just shows the importance of all silverware. And really, we said, you know, in the 6 periods, over the 2 legs, Basingstoke had the run of play. And it wasn't until the 6 periods that Coventry really, you know, when they pegged it back.
Exactly, you know, Coventry worked it out. Was that because Basingstoke were a little tired, Nick? Who knows? You know, the grueling schedule, as we've said, but a 4-0 third period.
And it's how they did it, Uppy. Like I said, you know, if they couldn't do it pretty, do it ugly.
Exactly.
Throw the puck to the net.
Uppy got into the net, and you know, 2 guys who we commented on, Owen and Cruikshank, were outstanding, and he just bobbles off Owen, hits Cruikshank, Crooker doesn't know where it is, Stewart's the first to react, and that was probably the goal that just set the Coventry Blaze on their way.
And now you could sense that Coventry was starting to get back in it, and you know, Calder, not 1, but 2 cracks at it.
And that was the key, it was the second one. Cruikshank stopped the first one, but when the second shot came, you'll see here, Cruikshank's got his position, makes it well as he gets up. You know, Adam Calder shoots the puck low. He scores in every big game, Adam Calder, doesn't he? Every big game he comes to the party.
And you know, Stewart with a chance to clear the puck. It gets kept in by the Blaze, and you know, look at the heads up all the time. I think that was Moore who found Calder, with Carlson making a big mess in front of the net, and Cruikshank could.
No, and then Dan Carlson again, just to rub salt into the wounds, fires one off the skate of Curtis Cruikshank. Great play from Dan Carlson, goes round the back of Petto, and it just comes off the...
icing on the cake for the Coventry Blaze after 6 grueling periods of hockey.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we talked about Huppy and his role and how he finally got the vibe. And,
all about Dan Carlson, what about that for a pass?
Yeah.
And then Curtis Huppy back, forehand, backhand.
Yeah, we're shooting on this guy all night. He's stopping everything. Let's deke him out of his shorts.
I'll tell you what, Nick, as we see Curtis Huppy shoot and score, there's a little bit of a smell that's joined us. And it's the smell of success. It's the smell of the championship.
Paul Thompson, head coach of the Coventry Blaze, alongside of us. Paul, 6 period hockey over this final. Was there a point where you thought we're not going to be able to solve the Basingstoke Bison and the effort that they were putting in?
I got to give them guys credit, you know, Nick. They've been playing with 10, 11 guys for the last how long, and they turned up. I mean, we've played them a lot lately, and I've got nothing but admiration for that team over there. You know, obviously we wanted to win the trophy, we wanted to take it home, and I just felt at the end of the second period, even though, you know, we weren't as fluid, I thought they were tiring. I thought they were tiring, and we changed things up. We went with 2 centres, and went with our 2 best skating centres, and Stewart and Carlson. And Dan Carlson just immense tonight. He's just, you know, he's just like a Duracell bunny. He just keeps going and going and going. And then the big guys turned up with the big goals.
All that preparation, Paul, at the start, through today and yesterday with the video, and then Basingstoke got off to the best possible start, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. You know, they always seem to against us. But, you know, we changed about, like I said to you before, about 4 or 5 things up tonight that I felt put them back on their heels. You know, they didn't trap us in the neutral zone. We got pucks deep, and that's, you know, they start chasing down low, and when we're cycling and stuff, you know, with such a small bench, they start to tire. And I said, you know, we're going to win this game in the third period. That was our whole game plan.
And the big players came to play, didn't they? Not only Dan Carlson, Calder gets that big goal at such a key moment.
It was, you know, it was, but that's why they're here. You know, they make the big goals.
And it's why you're champions.
Yeah, you know, the big guys. But, you know, I don't, you know, Stuart getting that goal to get our noses ahead and to get us that belief, and it was a big key for us.
You know, Paul, all season long, watching you guys, you're a joy to watch on the puck, especially on the power play, the way you guys move the puck around. But Basingstoke were really stopping you guys playing your style of game. And then you say you made those changes in the third period there. And but why do you think that they were so successful at getting you guys off your game for those 5 periods of hockey?
Well, they stacked the neutral zone, and you know what? It was a case of I put Tommy Watkins back on D, Neil Martin back in the lineup, and having that speed through the neutral zone that they can chip pucks, and then guys can go and retrieve as well. And that's what we did well tonight. But on the power play, we were trying to force pucks. They have a passive penalty kill, and we were trying to force pucks through their kill instead of getting it to guys like Weaver and Martin on the top who dictate our power play. And we didn't do that well on that tonight.
Well, Paul, I got to thank you ever so much for joining us. Once again, congratulations for getting your hand on the British Knockout Cup, and we'll see you in the playoffs.
You will. Thank you, guys.
We have more hockey action coming your way here on Sky Sports. It'll be Friday, 28th of March, Sky Sports 3 at 8 p.m. The Nottingham Panthers against the Manchester Phoenix. Dave, once again, it's been a pleasure working with you, pal, and
another good
safe
final.
journey home, eh?
And only a quick journey home today, but what a great final we've had. Always good to have a good emotion in the building again.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Dave, and thank you ever so much for joining us here on Sky Sports. We'll see you next time.